All right, so just had individual coaching calls, last ones for VIP13, and oh my gosh. So Kate is bawling her eyes out, and it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Her aunt is in the James and may not make it in the next 24 hours. Kate shared how much she loves her aunt and what she learned from her and the legacy that her aunt got to share with her and how Kate gets to share that. And it was so fucking beautiful, everything that Kate shared. And I'm gonna say this is Kate's most authentic moment, was sharing everything that she learned from her aunt and being there at her aunt's bedside and talking with her. Yeah, it was perfect. It was the last perfect coaching call. Kate in her authentic, vulnerable self. Big fucking breakthrough. And Matt B, last coaching call. Freaking love that kid. Like, so he is light and joy, and he's got this wingman now that he gets to go out and meet women. Super excited for him. And it was funny because as he's sharing this with me, I'm like, oh, he's got like a real life Michael Darling. And that's exactly what he said. He's like, it's going to be like Michael Darling, but in real life. And I'm super excited. I'm like, fuck yeah, you're super excited. I'm like, Matt, like, you are just like light and joy. And he shared some other stories with me that I actually am the only one who knows now. So that was it was really cool, like, to have that moment with Matt on our last individual coaching call, to just him to be open. I mean, he has been, but for him at the end to be like, you're the only other person who knows that. So I'm super excited to see what he continues to share. So awesome. And Matt M, gosh, freaking love him. So I'm gonna say that he actually was one of my favorite people to coach, which I didn't realize that until I was coaching him. And I was crying like our entire coaching call. And he just gets it. Like, he just fucking gets it. And I remember when he's sharing with me on an earlier call about what he's created with him and his wife, Kaylin. And I remember having calls with Kaylin, and she's in breakdown because I coached her in breakthrough, and then having calls with Matt, and he's in breakdown, and I have him now. And this was early on in VIP, and just it was a lot. And where they are now is so beautiful. And I'm like, so Matt, like, how's the sex? And he's like, real hesitant, and he pauses, and he's like, it's amazing. I'm like, right? So he's like, did she just really ask me that? And then he's like, yeah, it's amazing. And then a couple of days afterwards, he like shares some other stuff, and he's just like, yeah, like, it's really cool that like it was like an adult conversation and you asked and I could actually answer, because like that's like a huge issue that we had. And it was like awesome that it was like straightforward, and I got to authentically answer, and it was cool. And his vision to change the military is huge, and I acknowledge him for that. Like, he just is fucking badass. Yeah, and I remember so seeing him at the top of the pyramid when we were working last night. I didn't wait for him to be up there because I knew he just got to be up there. But I love that everybody else saw that he got to be up there. So that's really cool. And I love that he gets to coach 15, and I'm excited to see the blessings that he brings to 15. Yeah, like I literally cried like the entire time during our call. And one thing that I shared with him is like, you deserve the best of everything. And he's super silent, and he's like, this is the first time that I actually believe that, which is really awesome. And Jerry O, so like for half a second, I'm like, Jerry, like, do you get it? Like, do you really get it? Like at the beginning of the call is what I thought. He's sourcing donations still, and he lets me know that he's 95% in. And I'm like, Jerry, like, that doesn't work. This is the last week of VIP. And what I'm hearing you say is you're not even 100% in. Like, that doesn't work. So we talked about like what was in his way, and what's in his way is himself. No surprise. And then we like got really excited together and talked about all the money that he's raised and like what's different between the last few days and today. When he's like sourcing and like getting $500 checks and then putting everything to chance when he's not really in it on his phone calls. And we talked about that. And then it's like this like amazing like journey that he has like for him and his boys. And like, he's like, you actually remember everything that I say. And I'm like, well, yeah, because like you're important to me. So like what your vision is important as well. And it's amazing. Like Sean is VIP 14 and Ryan gets to go in April, and they all three get to go to Warriors Council in May, and then they all get to go to the summit, and it's beautiful. And Jerry has like 8 seminars lined up for 2018. And I did have one request of Jerry, and that is I get an invitation to his wedding. It's simple. Like, I get to go to his wedding because he gets to find love, and I get to go to his wedding. So I have a +1. So I get to go to his wedding, and I'm excited to go to Jerry's wedding and celebrate with him. Like, I would be super honored to be at Jerry's wedding because that was a major breakthrough for him, is that he is deserving of love again. And we had a connection, and I connected him with somebody else, and he's doing this love coaching, and I'm super excited to see what he creates with that. And I'm really sad that this is the last day of individual calls with my students because I really love them. And I'm excited to see them on third weekend and what they create after that. So what a blessing it's been to be on this journey with all of the students and all of you, and I love you. And yeah, that's really it. Love you.